we had 2 parties, not just one, but we had 2 birthday parties. One was actually hosted in this house, which, believe it or not, was immaculate for the actual party. But then things went downhill really quick. And then yesterday we celebrated the older 2, and they had a birthday party at the aquatic center, which was amazing because then I didn't have to deal with that whole mess afterwards. However, we brought everything to the house and somehow it feels like a tornado hit our home. So today we will be cleaning, actually really deep cleaning the kitchen and also the living room. The kids' rooms are actually pretty clean, and also the bathroom, believe it or not. These are the main areas that are constantly used, and we just loaded everything here and let it be. So I hope you get some motivation during this video, and what not to do after a party. Just go ahead and clean it and don't do this after mess. But anyways, you live and you learn, right? So today, like I said, we are going to be deep cleaning. If we have time, we're going to pull out our fall decoration, which that's going to be the incentive for myself. It's like, if I get this clean, then I get to decorate, which is the fun part. Who doesn't like to decorate? Throughout the video, you're going to see the children and also my husband helping out with the cleaning. And that's because for us, it's a team effort. Working with little ones can make things really difficult, and at times can make the process twice as long as it really should be. However, in the end, you are going to be giving your children the life skills necessary for them to survive later in life. And I can tell you from experience that if you teach a child since they are 1 or 2 years old, by the time they are 6 and 7, they're going to be so helpful, know how to do most of the tasks, and it's going to save you some time. So invest in your child's practical life skills, because in the end it's going to be beneficial for the family and also for their future as well. I can proudly say, after teaching my 2 older ones since they were 1, my son is amazing when it comes to organization and attention to detail. And then my oldest daughter is really good at cleaning and making sure everything is perfectly done. So training them since they were little has made the housework now so much lighter. My little helper followed me everywhere that I went, and to ensure that I kept her busy and also part of the whole process, I gave her little lessons while I continued cleaning. So the first lesson I gave her was how to clean the refrigerator. I showed her how to take the magnets off, then how to wipe it down, and then put the little magnets. And then I left her alone to go ahead
and do the cleaning while I continue doing my own tasks. Now, this is so key and so important. You can't expect a child to know how to clean certain things or how to do things without giving them a proper lesson. So, if you want your little one to be helpful, go ahead and give them the lesson, demonstrate it, and then let them be and don't correct them, which is very hard, especially when they leave little spots that are not necessarily perfectly clean. So what I like to do is wait until she's busy with the next task and she's not watching, and I may go over certain things without her seeing. One big thing that I like to do with the gift bags that the children receive is save the ones that are in really good condition and go ahead and reuse them for future parties. So I went ahead and stored away all the ones that the children got. Not only does it save money, but it's good for the environment as well.
These are going to be the foods we're going to eat for the, it's going to be for when we eat, and like we're going to eat it with pumpkin food and pumpkin pie for dessert, if we have enough pumpkin.
Lucy, what are you doing?
I'm putting the pumpkin plate away. I can't.
This little corner I like to call our dumping ground. Basically, we all put something on here, and usually it's the most randomest things that we just don't want to deal with at the moment. and at the end we get just a collection of items. And whenever this area is nice and clean and organized, it is so stress relieving. So I always like to get this area cleaned at least once a day, but unfortunately during this weekend it was quite a few days, and that's why it's filled with so many items. But I recommend, if you want quick satisfaction when you clean, make sure you tackle that dumping area for your family. And if you don't have one, that's amazing. I really love working as a team with my family, because by the time I was done in the kitchen and it was time to go ahead and do the deep cleaning in the living room, they had picked up most of the items, and so all I really had to do was the actual dusting, the sweeping, mopping, and then taking care of smaller details such as organizing the toys and also folding laundry. Is your home overflowing with toys, or do you feel like it's just an uncontrollable mess? Well, I have the perfect solution for you if you are interested, and that is doing a toy rotation. So what I have here is one toy per shelf, and I also have toys that are developmentally age appropriate for the children. So for the youngest child, these shelves belong to her, and then in the rooms I have the shelves for the older children. And this is so amazing because it limits the amount of toys. It allows the children to be responsible of putting their toys away, and at the same time it's not overstimulating for them and for you. So they are able to really play with their toys, be engaged with them. And once you start seeing that the interest is not there, then you go ahead and rotate them. So I have quite a few boxes in the closet full of toys that I rotate. And let me tell you, every time that I rotate them and I have new toys out, it's like Christmas again for the children. This is actually my favorite part of the whole cleaning process. It is seeing the end result, and so I'm able to do that while I sweep and mop. I just take a look around like, wow, we did it. The house is actually clean, and just adding that last touch of cleanliness. The next thing on the agenda was making the lunches for the children so they're ready for the next day. For the different seasons, I like to get creative when it comes to making the kids' lunches. For today's lunch, I did sliced cucumbers with pumpkin-shaped cutouts in the center. I also did peanut butter and jelly cat sandwiches, cuties that were made into little pumpkins, and then I also had Jello, which I drew little jack-o'-lantern faces on. To make their lunches extra festive based on the season, I like to add an appropriate napkin in there. In this season, it's fall, so I have cute little pumpkin napkins that I got for very inexpensive at Marshall's. And then they did have a field trip the following day, and they had to take paper bag lunches, so I decided to, hey, why not draw some pumpkins on them so that they're extra festive.
On another rock. I never done. Mommy, mommy.
Now that it's the following day and the house is nice and clean, we're gonna go ahead and do some pumpkin Play-Doh for this fall season. And then we're also gonna be doing a leaf activity. So these are very simple activities that you can do, and they don't require much.
When it comes to baking and also doing activities, I never force the children to help me. I just invite them to help me, and most of the time they both want to help, but for this particular activity, Luz wanted to help and then brother wanted to go ahead and play with baby sister, which was perfect because it just allowed for Luz and I to have that special little bonding time. This recipe for the pumpkin smelling Play-Doh was actually very simple and easy to make. Luz could, for the most part, do it with little instruction. The only part where you really need to be involved is when it comes to mixing the dough together. It does get very hot because obviously you're putting all the ingredients in boiling water, and so I do recommend that you do that part. But other than that, the children can definitely do it on their own for the most part. Get all dry.
Keep going. Over here.
What?
While we waited for the Play-Doh to cool off, I had the children work on a little leaf craft project. I drew squirrels on brown paper, had the children cut them out, and with the dried leaves that they had collected from the garden, I had them decorate the bushy tails on the squirrels. This craft was so simple and so much fun for the kids. They really enjoyed it, especially the youngest one.
Mommy, look, I made a leaf.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
What are those for? Oh, for these, right?
Make little hats.
A hat, right? Or a wizard, right?
Made a what?
Pumpkin.
Wow.
And look, I made a witch hat.
Wow.
I already made my witch hat. Now I just made this. No, I didn't.
What are you making, baby? Felicity. What are you making? A pumpkin? Oh, I see.
Mommy, look, done.
What does it smell like?
Pumpkin.
Good.